As members of the Global Farmer Network,
we believe agriculture is part of the solution,
not part of the problem.
We are committed to developing agricultural leaders
and sharing their stories across the globe.
We have one purpose:
to amplify the farmer's voice.
My voice.
Mi voz.
La mia voce.
My voice.
Welcome to Global Farmer Voices, a podcast by the Global Farmer Network where we invite farmers from around the world to share their stories and perspectives. Hello, I'm Delaney Howell, the host for this podcast, and we're excited to announce the launch of a mini-series in partnership with the Global Farmer Voice Survey supported by Bayer on this channel. For the past 2 years, Bayer has sponsored a global survey of farmers from 8 countries across 5 continents. The survey asks farmers to share their thoughts on a range of topics, including innovation, digital technologies, business challenges and opportunities, as well as farming practices and how they feel about their livelihoods. Over the next few months, in addition to our regular Global Farmer Voices episodes, we'll be tackling these topics too, and hope to uncover some of the unique challenges and insights farmers from across the globe have, and continue the dialogue with all of you as well. We encourage you to join in on the conversation by visiting go.bayer.com/farmervoice. To kick off this mini-series, we'll tell the stories of 3 of our Global Farmer Network members. We asked them questions similar to those in the survey. How did they come to farm, and why do they still farm? What does it mean to them to be a farmer? These are never simple answers, but these stories reveal some fundamental truths about dedicating your life to the land. Global Farmer Network members Martin Ziegelbach from Austria, Yara Deyeos from Brazil, and Adi Alvarez from the Philippines all weighed in on this topic and what it means to them. Martin has roots in farming that trace back around 16 generations, although he did not always envision himself as a farmer.
It was not always clear that I will become a farmer. I've got a different education. By my education, I'm an engineer. As a child, I was not so interested. So not so much than other kids or even my brothers. I have 2 older brothers and they were interested much more in the farm and in the work. Things have changed and my brother decided to go another way, and I for myself was already working for another company. And then I said, yes, if my brother is not farming, I will do this and I will become a farmer. The main reason for this decision was freedom. I saw very quick that as a farmer, you have a lot of freedom to design your own life. You can choose a lot of decisions or make a lot of decisions in which way the farm is proceeding. What are you investing in? Are you farming in a conventional, very intensive way, or are you going in the direction of organic? We have quite a lot of farms who are selling direct to consumers. So I recognize that every farmer can choose their own way depending on their values and also on their personality and also probably on their way of life.
While Martin's 40-hectare family operation dates back centuries, Yara's Brazilian farm was founded by her parents approximately 30 years ago. After attending university in Brazil for a degree in agronomy, Yara attended Iowa State University in the U.S. for her master's degree in crop production. After living in the U.S. for nearly 15 years, including her time as an agronomist at DuPont Pioneer in Hawaii, Yara felt called to return to her family's operation, where she found a strong connection to her community.
I went to school for agronomy, But then I took a different route. I went to the United States. I studied there. I worked over there in a corporation with research. I had a wonderful experience and time doing that. But I really had that call of coming back home and really taking the farming operation of the family, really like, okay, this is something I want to do. I'm a farmer because my whole family is were farmers, my grandfather, my father, so I don't know anything different. And for sure, I wanted to continue, the operation. And I had times that I questioned, can I really do this? Can I really be a farmer and a woman, and do such a good job that I always saw my parents doing? But sure, I am here for 80 years now, taking over the business. My sister got into it now too. So there's two girls here running the business. And my parents came from a very traditional area, southern Brazil, where, they started agriculture many years ago. And it's pretty similar to how they produce in the Corn Belt, Iowa, smaller properties, very developed. And they saw the big opportunity to come over this area of the country, which was less developed, land was cheaper. So I would never go back to a traditional area. We have our challenges here in the northeastern Brazil, in the Cerrado, but it's a wonderful way of living, the way we work. We're challenged every day in a good way. We made a good living. We have people here with us, working with us for, some of them are here for more than 20 years already. So we have a connection with the community over here, and basically our lives are here.
AD has been farming in the Philippines for just over 10 years. While his operation looks young compared to Yara and Martin's, it has grown tremendously over the past decade. Like Yara, AD didn't always have a job in agriculture. He began his career in the financial industry, helping members of his community gain credit while living in poverty. Many of these community members worked in the agricultural industry, and AD sought to bridge the gap between extension workers and farmers so they could gain more access to technology and information.
My operation is in the central part of the Philippines, where we are separated more by islands. It's more archipelagic compared to other places in the Philippines. And I operate in Camotes Island in the province of Cebu. For the last 14 years, my size of operation has been changing. I started with our 8-hectare land. Sometime in 2014, I was able to have a 40-hectare of operation on yellow corn production. We were introducing the hybrid technologies in the island because the normal harvest of old seeds are ranging around 600 to 800 kilograms per hectare. So we started introducing more high-yielding varieties and more technology-packed seeds. So we were averaging a yield of 6 to 8 tons per hectare on a normal scale. So that's basically how our operation is working. Well, agriculture landscape in the Philippines are mostly dominated with smallholder farmers, and it was because of a, let's say, a land reform that did not work well. So the land has been divided so much that to a point that one farmer averages 1 hectare per farmer on a normal scheme, but most of the farmers I have met have less than that, especially in this island. So compared to that, my size of operation here in the Philippines, having an 8-hectare land of agriculture is considered as a sort of a larger landholder. And we own the land. That's another difference. Most of the farmers are farmer tenants or working tenants. It's a different setup altogether.
Every farmer brings a unique perspective to the table. Some choose the lifestyle because of the freedom it grants them. Others because they see the value in putting food on tables and clothes on back. Being a farmer means being responsible for not only the products you produce, but also the land it is produced on.
It means everything. It's just part of me, you know. I don't feel like Yara is one person and the farmer is another person. It's just part of my day to day. It's part of my life. I'm very proud of it. And it's just, you know, just being here producing, you know, I'm sitting here in my office. I watch the movement of the farm the whole day. So I live here in the farm. And it's really wonderful. I wouldn't trade that for nothing, really.
I've learned over the years being a farmer that, which is not very long, by the way, it's just 14 years so far. The honor of being able to produce food for others, that's something that I treasure, and that's something valuable for me. And even though some people don't realize and they're not grateful for what we do, it doesn't matter so long as we know in ourselves that we are doing something for the community. And if the number of population of farmers are dwindling and there are lesser farmer, all the more those who are already in farming should stand the ground, because what if everybody quits? Who will feed the community? So that's always been in my mind. And of course, having a wonderful network such as the Global Farmer Network, that you get to encourage one another regardless of the sizes of your operation. We have members that are mind-blowing sizes of operation, and we got members that are only half hectare. But when you are with the network, there's no difference. You go through the same discussion, same struggles, same issues that we are somehow being neglected by the society that we're feeding, and same issues about how do we deal with the volatility of the nature of our business. So it takes a special kind of psyche, and it takes a special kind of resiliency that is embedded deep in the character of each farmer. And some farmers don't realize it, but staying to be a farmer is something like we're the toughest of the toughest, because it's not easy being a farmer in this age and in this world. But everybody says, oh, farmers are important. But sometimes farmers don't feel it, because sometimes what we hear does not match how we are being treated by economic structures, by the society. But at the end of the day, we wake up, we find our equipment, or we find our animals that helps us in our farm, and then we farm.
I would say the most important thing is the mindset. Here in Austria, we know really different style of farming. In the east of Europe, we have big farms with 10,000 hectares and more. And on the other hand, in Central Europe, we have very small farms who are working on maybe 10 or 20 hectares. They are doing well as well. So it cannot depend on size. That's the conclusion. If you have success in farming, does not depend on size of the farm. Therefore, the key to the success in farming has to be in the person itself. Already my father said, everyone can live from one hectare. So he can produce a special variety of apples, for example, and to make his turnover and to make his living. But it doesn't depend on the size of the farm.
These farmers are paving the way for a bright future in agriculture. The Global Farmer Network strives to amplify these farmers' voices to help bridge the gap from farm to table and show what it truly means to be a farmer. As the global conversation continues to unfold around more timely topics, be sure to get engaged by visiting go.bayer.com/farmervoice. If you're interested in learning more about the Global Farmer Network's mission and its members, seeing some of the things the organization is doing, and finding out how you can get involved, please visit globalfarmernetwork.org. And if you'd like to support the Global Farmer Network through a donation, you can do so at globalfarmernetwork.org/donate. If you enjoyed the podcast today, be sure to subscribe and follow Global Farmer Network on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. Until next time, I'm Delaney Howell, and this has been a special series of the Global Farmer Voices podcast in partnership with the Farmer Voice Survey, supported and sponsored by Bayer.